I'm just gonna come right out and say it. Shigaraki is him, and I'm tired of saying he's not. Yes, this man, no, this absolute demon is who I'm gonna be yapping about today. He's like if I needed a fade was a person. To be honest with you, Shigaraki got some of the hardest moments in anime history, not gonna lie. And to show you proof, here's Exhibit A. Pressing Deku in public. Now, imagine you're chilling with your girl at the mall or, you know, whoever you decided to bring, and then they end up leaving to check something out, right? And then you just feel some cold, ashy, and sweaty grippers directly on your neck. This is basically what happened to Deku. Man, Shigaraki really pulled up on All Might Jr., and he could have ended the whole show right here. Not only did he threaten Deku, my boy Shiggy was getting reckless because he started threatening his girl and random people at that mall. Bro, imagine you just living your life, right? And then this demon turn you into Spider-Man from Infinity War. But yeah, that's just a sample of Shigaraki tweaking. So now, let's move on to Exhibit A. Shigaraki versus Overhaul. Now let's not get it twisted. This wasn't a fight. This was a spin back around the block because Overhaul thought Shigaraki was sweet. So when Overhaul and Shigaraki first met, Overhaul straight bodied one of Shiggy's homies, and I mean, it was kind of brutal. Turned her into a whole exploded hot pocket. Pause, I think. I don't know. And then taxed the other goat, Mr. Compress, for his arm. And Shiggy agreeably was shook. He was all like, "You got it for real, big bro." Wait, no, that's not how Shigaraki would sound. He'd sound more like, "You got it for real, big bro. But you better watch your back disrespecting me like that." Yeah, something like that. But might I add, the My Hero writers, they were putting their heart and soul to this spin back because it took what, like the end of the season after Deku finished smoking that Cheesky pack and had Overhaul getting transferred to Arkham Asylum that this man Shigaraki decided to strike, and strike he did. This man had his whole roster ambush the truck that Overhaul was being transferred in, and then put Sandman on a stretcher. Old buddy should have stayed in Spider-Man 3 because these streets was not made for him. But anyway, Shigaraki pulls up for his revenge, right? And one of the best things about Shigaraki is how petty he is. So instead of just killing old buddy, he, 1, rubs the L in his face, 2, takes not one but both his arms, and finally 3, he still leaves that man to be taken right back to jail. Ain't that crazy? Man, I'm glad I'm not one of Shigaraki's ops. I mean, look what he did to his family. Imagine what he'd do to you or I. I'm telling you, Shigaraki is him himself. What more proof do you need? Exhibit C, Shigaraki versus Redestro. Now this was an actual fade for real. Shigaraki pulled up to the city with something to prove and an army to build. He wanted the liberation dudes on his team, but Redestro wasn't trying to hear all that and started throwing everything at Shigaraki and gang, and they almost caught a body or two, mainly Toga and Twice, because Dabi wasn't having any of that. But that's when Shigaraki enabled goon mode, and I'm just saying, this is the town before he pulled up, and this is it now. Brody really made old buddy's town look like Detroit in one touch. And of course, prior to that, Redestro wasn't trying to cooperate. He also made the common mistake of thinking Shigaraki was sweet. I wonder what happens to people's limbs when they have such a mindset. But yeah, overall, this was an amazing fight, man. I thought Redestro's stress quirk was putting in some good work, especially when he started crushing his hands. But when you have a busted quirk like Decay and your dad is all for one, all it takes is one touch, my boy. One touch and your whole life is over. Shigaraki just got it like that, I guess. All I'm saying is Redestro better start changing his name to Redun now, because that boy got folded with his clan. Honestly, if you're gonna try and fight this maniac, you better be a dummy goods owner or Aizawa. But I mean, that didn't work either, so what can you really do? Also, I just want to give you a little challenge. In the comments, type below your My Hero character that you think could beat Shigaraki, and then I'll tell you why they're not catching that dub. But yeah, Redestro losing the fade wasn't the craziest part. What's more wild is how after all that, Shigaraki was like, hey, since you're still alive, you're now one of my new elite employees. As he puts old Doofenshmirtz himself on payroll and gets exactly what he came for, a goddamn army and some goddamn respect. So after the feud was over and Redestro got demoted to hype man, the Liberation crowns Shigaraki as their leader. Actually no, their king. Their freaking king. Look at that cape. Oh my god. Some people start off having it made. Some work to the bone. Hell, some even get it out of the trenches. But my boy Shigaraki, he just takes what he wants. Exhibit D is actually a good example of that. So yeah, Exhibit D. Shigaraki versus basically everybody. Okay, so Shigaraki was in the hyperbolic time chamber listening to nothing but X songs because he's feeling nothing but depression and obsession. The way he wants revenge on the world for making him sad and numb. Too bad the remedy for a broken heart to Shigaraki is taking away hope. The real ones know what I just did there. Anyway, the heroes try to bum rush him because Shigaraki left his Find My iPhone app on, and Hawks tracked that man down, and I'm not gonna lie, they almost caught that boy lacking. Mirko was putting in work too, can't overshadow that. She did lose like an arm and a leg in a gross, horrific manner, but hey, I heard she gets like a robotic one or something, so that's gonna look dope. But yeah, after they started fighting all those cracked Nomus, they started to get work, and then the other heroes fought their way past those ugly looking Nomus. So then they break the glass, right? And it seems like it's a wrap for our favorite menace, our favorite maniac, until electricity hits him and old No Name gets murdered and robbed from his trip. Just cause Shigaraki felt cold. Imagine dying cause somebody felt cold. That's crazy. You go into the afterlife and they tell you, what are you here for? Oh yeah, Shigaraki got cold. They might understand. One of them might be there because of that reason too. But yeah, remember what I said about the one touch rule with Shigaraki? Well, times that by about 1,000, and that's what he just did to have the city looking like this. Skip a couple episodes ahead, and Endeavor is the first one to make actual contact with Shigaraki. Well, not physical yet, cause he lurking for Deku, but that doesn't stop my boy Endeavor from wanting to fade, and he was holding his own for like 5 minutes. Then that's when backup arrived, and they definitely looking at Shiggy like, yeah, big bro, you finna get jumped. But Shiggy's not only holding his own, but my boy is actually winning. And I'm just gonna lay it all out there. As an Endeavor fan myself, yes, I know that's controversial. You just wait for the video to drop, the other one besides this one. You'll know why. That's a topic for a different video. But yeah, this hurt a little, man. Watching my goat get done dirty like this with help, I was stressing, but nothing. I mean, nothing can compare to when Shigaraki had his steppers on that dude's chest, hitting the All Might emote for 2,000 V-Bucks. Like, the disrespect is crazy. Endeavor definitely got to get his revenge for that one. Oh wait, he kind of did, but this video isn't about Endeavor, so gotta say that for a different video, I guess. Flash a little ahead, and now we got Deku, Bakugo, Todoroki, Endeavor, Gran Torino, Eraserhead, Lock Guy, and Water Dude. Not gonna lie, I barely remember who this is, but he was definitely crucial to this fade. Also, the way Shigaraki was just ready to run the fade with everybody there is crazy. You gotta respect it. You gotta clap it up for my boy. But yeah, the heroes lock in and say, Shigaraki, you're not ready for this 1v9. And start jumping him. His court got canceled thanks to the only reason why everybody is still standing there right now, Eraserhead. And you can just tell this is pissing Shigaraki off because he turned his auto lock on directly onto Eraserhead and tries to rip his whole face off. But Aizawa isn't just somebody, so he keeps staring at him. But yet that still fails because they're dealing with King Shigaraki, and you know what that means? Bodied, violated, disrespected, and benched. Man, my hero had me thinking Shigaraki was the main character for a cool minute there. I mean, dude was definitely feeling himself for a minute there and was talking to Deku crazy. If you like it in the sky so much, then I'll send you to heaven when I steal one for all. Deku didn't really like what he had to say, so he had to remind him who's the main character. Hell, he had to remind me too, if I'm being honest with you. So as they fight, Todoroki comes up with a plan to take down Shigaraki, which boils down to, hey dad, can you blitz this guy while he's distracted, please? Thank you. And it almost works, but Shigaraki pretty much passed the sticks on to All For One so that he could actually put in work with them quirks that he has. I know this isn't an actual dub for Shigaraki, but not many anime characters I know who could win or even survive this multitude of jumping, besides One Punch Man or Goku, but nobody in actual My Hero Academia universe up to this point that I know of. In the end, Shigaraki is Himuraki, if you will. But yeah, thanks for watching the video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll post more like them. Peace.